Speaking skills 3. Logical flow. Using connectors to guide your listener. Hey everyone, welcome back to the EMI Speaking Skills series. I'm Anne from Cal.
And I'm Mike. Today's topic is what I like to call the invisible glue of communication.
That's right. Do you ever listen to someone talk and think, wait, how did we get from docs to data science?
Right. Making your ideas stick together like peanut butter on bread is quite hard, but connectors and transition phrases are the solution.
Today, we're going to help you connect your ideas.
Whether you're giving a presentation, answering a teacher's question, or even chatting with a classmate about your research, connecting your ideas clearly is what makes you sound fluid, logical, and brilliant. Why connectors matter: low context versus high context. Let's start with a simple example. Imagine a student says, "It's a big problem. People are affected. The government should do something. I think it's serious."
Not bad. The ideas are there, but I don't know, it feels a bit choppy. There's no flow and there's no relationship between the sentences.
And that, my friends, is what happens when we speak English without using connectors and transition phrases.
And this is where culture comes in. Mandarin is a high-context language. That means you don't always say the connections. You assume the listener will figure out your meaning. High-context languages rely on a shared understanding between you and the audience.
But English? Nope. It's a low-context language. Low-context languages are direct, and there is no hidden meaning in the words when being said. When speaking English, you've got to spell things out, or your audience gets lost fast.
Carefully guide someone through your thinking and that's it. You're using low-context language. It's so easy. Job done. Let's get on to the next video.
Whoa, slow down. English has so many connectors and transition phrases. There are nuances and feeling differences between many of them, like therefore and besides might have the same basic meaning, but therefore is much stronger than besides.
Yeah, you're right. I've also seen something similar happen in EMI classrooms. Students sound too direct and choppy when using the wrong connectors. This happens when students may be translating from their first language or when they speak in short chunks.
And sometimes students overuse one connector. Also. It's just confusing.
Connectors are the bridges between your ideas. That's why we use them to guide our listeners' thinking. Let's take a look at some examples. With versus without connectors.
Let's listen to two versions of the same answer.
There are several problems. We did research to explore one aspect. The result is interesting. We think it matters for professionals in the field.
There are several problems in this field. Therefore, we did research to explore one aspect. As a result, our findings reveal something interesting. That's why we believe it matters for professionals in the field.
Feel the difference? The transition words therefore, as a result, and that's why, in version B, help the ideas to flow like a smooth road and not a bumpy trail. Basic connectors. Let's start with the basics. These 5 are everyday connectors.
Because, so, but, and, for example.
The first is because. It is classic, reliable, and it can't go wrong. Say because to show logic, not just an opinion. The next is so. It's the connector that tells us what happened next. The law changed, so companies had to adjust.
The next connector is but. It is the drama queen of connectors. It creates tension, contrast, and surprise. It's useful, but also expensive.
And don't forget the good old and. It is simple and friendly.
Lastly, for example, it's used when you've made your point and you want to give some additional evidence or supporting details. Some cities, for example, Taipei, are already doing this.
On to our next section. Mini activity. Basic connectors in action.
Let's try a quick example. I'll say a sentence and Anne will add a connector to extend it. Many students feel stressed during exam season.
Because the pressure to perform well is very high.
Online learning is convenient.
But it can be isolating for some students.
See? Just one connector and suddenly your sentence has logic.
Practice these a few times to gain some confidence before we move on to this next section. Advanced connectors, from smooth to sophisticated. All right, now that we've warmed up, it's time for the advanced connectors. The first is, however. It is very similar to but it is used often in academic and professional context. For example, theory is popular. However, recent studies question its relevance.
Now, here comes my favorite connector, therefore. This connector bridges your main point to your conclusions, logical, academic, and crisp. For example, the results were conclusive. Therefore, we adjusted our methodology.
When you want to highlight differences clearly, in contrast is a strong connector. For example, Team A focused on cost. In contrast, Team B emphasized quality. This connector helps your audience see the difference clearly.
Next connector, as a result, is used for cause and effect. For example, we extended the deadline. As a result, student participation improved. As a result is very common in professional English.
Last but not least, moreover, is a connector when you have an additional point that is very strong. For example, the solution is affordable. Moreover, it's environmentally friendly. Mini-roleplay.
Let's play a quick round of Upgrade My Answer. I'll give a basic answer and An will make the sentence better with a connector, so listen for it. We used this model, the process became more efficient.
I'll say, we used this model. As a result, the process became more efficient.
It's easy to implement. It has gained popularity among educators.
How about, it's easy to implement. Moreover, it has gained popularity among educators.
Those improved examples are smooth and academic. Now, on to the next section. From sentences to paragraphs.
So far, we've been practicing connectors within sentences.
But the real magic happens when you use connectors well throughout paragraphs.
That's how you build a flow throughout a presentation or a research paper.
Let's do some more examples.
Let's say a professor asks, why did your group choose to focus on climate change communication?
Here's an answer that lacks connectors in detail. Because it's important. Many people don't understand it. We thought it was interesting. Our teammates suggested it.
Okay. The ideas are there, but it feels disconnected. Now, Michael, add some connectors and details, please.
We chose to focus on climate change communication because it's a timely and urgent issue. Moreover, public understanding on this topic remains limited. Therefore, we believed raising awareness through our project could make a real impact. Finally, one of our teammates had prior experience in environmental advocacy, which added depth to our work.
See? This version feels like a river flowing. Well done.
And here's a bonus tip. When you pause slightly before and after a connector, it adds emphasis, like highlighting a keyword with a bright yellow marker. Next topic.
Let's do another scenario where you are responding to peer feedback.
A peer may say, your slide font was hard to read.
Without connectors, I may say, we know, it was a mistake. We changed it. But with connectors, I can say, thank you for that observation. As a result of your feedback, we will change your font to something more legible. In the future, we'll check visibility across devices in advance.
Clear, grateful, and forward-looking. That's how to receive feedback from your friend. Next scenario, comparing two case studies.
As a professor, I may ask, what's the main difference between case A and case B?
Without connectors, you may say, case A is about local people, case B is about policy. They're different.
Okay. But let me add some connectors to that. Case A focuses on local community response. In contrast, Case B analyzes governmental strategies. That's a smooth ride across the logic bridge.
Think back to your last presentation. Did it have connectors? Did your listeners seem to follow? Summary table.
Okay, time to bring out our famous summary table. Take some screenshots and analyze the content carefully. Think about how you can use these connectors in your EMI classes.
That was a lot of information. Let's discuss. Why it all matters. You might be wondering, do connectors really matter that much?
Yes, they do. Because good speaking isn't just about getting the answer out. It's about helping others understand, engage, and remember what you said.
I agree, and I can see how they help you shine in presentations, discussions, and even interviews. Recap and takeaways.
All right, it's time for a brief recap.
Remember to connect your ideas like a bridge. And whether you're in class or presenting your project, these connectors will guide your listener from start to finish.
If you would like some one-on-one help, please sign up for Tutoring with Cal. It's free, fun, and fabulous.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next episode where we talk about how different situations require different tones. Bye!